Hey there, everybody. It's Angelo. I'm back. It is actually a little crummy outside right now. I don't know what's going on. Didn't really check the forecast to see how the weather was going to be, so I probably won't be going outside today. I'm also going to a fundraiser in like an hour, so that's probably gonna eliminate my opportunities to run around, do some lacrosse outside, but I will be sure to do my wall ball as well as just to update at some point, depending on how much time I have later today. Um, but yeah, just before I get into it, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe notification bell. Really helps the channel out, lets me know what I'm doing right and doing wrong. And that being said, let's get into it. It's gonna be another unedited, raw, kind of just uncut video type of thing. So sorry if there's any background noise because I do hear the bird going. I'm not sure if that would reach you guys, but he's quite loud and doesn't stop, so you might hear him for a little bit. And yeah, so basically hanging out. Been feeling a little down recently. Not really 100% sure why. It's kind of weighing on me. It's getting annoying. I really didn't want to have to go out today, but I figured that getting out of the house might be the best thing for how I'm feeling. Interacting with some people that I know, and then afterwards, just for a good cause. It's for somebody that I know who's having some issues, and um, maybe I'll be able to catch up with some people that I haven't spoken to in a couple of years, or or I haven't seen in a little bit, basically. So I'm hoping it'll be nice. The whole idea is for community to come together, which I think is important. I think it's important, as I've said, with my recovery, that having a group of people that really care and show that they care is a big deal. It helps a lot. And even though I'm not raising money for my scenario, I still think that this is one of those examples where having, a large community of people to help you, um, it really comes in handy and does a lot for the person that is, going through the struggle. Um, as far as I know, this is like been all over the place. The whole town knows about it. Um, so it's kind of this is kind of a big deal. Um, and yeah, it's just like being there for people that maybe you haven't seen in a while, but do the right thing in the sense of taking care of the people that you went to school with, you played sports with, things like that. So yeah, we're hoping to do that. I'm I'm looking forward to it in a sense. I'm a little nervous because I look like a wreck right now with this freaking beard thing, but the month ain't over, so I can't shave it yet. But that is what it is regarding that. So this is my cross the bear that I will be getting rid of in a very short amount of time. But um, otherwise, I would say, I don't know, I've been very sluggish recently. I would say pretty tired. And sorry if that noise is going to run for the rest of the video because it probably will. But I've been feeling pretty tired, run down recently. Not entirely sure what the whole deal is. Um, like I said, I've been stressed out a lot. Uh, I get, I guess it's not meant to be intentional in pressing me about work, but I'm trying, obviously, but you don't get you lose motivation at times, and I think that's my big problem is I'm losing motivation because I'm really pushing to be do something and make a career of of something that I feel that I'm qualified for, and right now I'm struggling to really even push myself to find these jobs that are willing to take a chance on me because I've had so many people shut me down, and it hurts. It hurts a decent amount, to be honest, that um so many people haven't taken an opportunity on me to even give me an interview. Like I have real world experience. Um, I just think that most people don't seem to want to believe the experiences I have and don't understand some of the skills and things I've learned, even from my own medical struggles, have transferred over into invaluable skills that I can use in the workforce. And to me, it's pretty obvious that hey, you're worth this much, and you have the ability to do these certain things that other people don't even have the slightest clue about. And a lot of people make you feel like no, actually that's not true. You don't really know what you're talking about. Not once you start doubting yourself, it becomes an issue. So big deal is I gotta stop listening to the outside people because you know it's like you don't ask for financial advice from people that don't have money. Um, on how to manage your own money. Um, so that's one of those things. People that aren't applying to jobs and saying that they were going to jump ship and they never did, and you know that to me is um, not something that I'm willing to, um, I guess, listen to because what do they know about taking chances and playing it unsafe or going through some of the struggles that I've dealt with to get to where I am today. That what's going on with me right now is very rare, and takes a long time to come to grips with. I think a great example of what I talked about was last night I wasn't feeling great, and I was talking about how you know I want to be an athlete to some extent. I've always wanted to be an athlete. I've always pushed super hard, but I didn't have anybody who wanted to take a chance on me. And you know, I give a great example of having to go to the hospital all these years, all the time, and losing time to be able to, push myself to get more athletic. It's like I had to rebuild my entire self every single year. I get ripped apart by all these physicians and torn down, and I have to restructure and rebuild everything every single time. And it's a lot of work, and it's motivation in a sense, but at the same time, when the motivation doesn't turn out and go anywhere, it at the same time is kind of more um, it's saddening and depressing, I'd say, because you pushed so hard to get to a point and no one cares or seems to notice. And I think that that's really a big point of contention for me. I'm pushing really hard to be successful, and I always wind up having something that catches up. So, with that being said, you know, keep on pushing. I'm not quitting. Um, no matter who you are, you can do great things. I'm always going to tell you guys that. There, there are plenty of people who've overcome tremendous obstacles to do great things, and you can do the same. And with that being said, keep fighting the good fight. I'm fighting the good fight. I'm not quitting. Don't quit either. Keep going, keep pushing. You're going to have your break. With that being said, I will talk to you all very soon. Have a good one.